Hello kids, welcome to my class. Today we are going to see about the birds. We are going to see how they lay eggs and we are going to see the different types of nests they built. Have you seen birds pick up the small sticks from the ground? Do you know why? Because it uses it to build a nest. These birds build mostly a nest on the tall trees. Do you know why? Because it wants to protect its small birds as well as from the predators. Okay, so now I will tell you few types of birds and their nest. So in this image you are saying that birds are sitting on the eggs. Do you know why? This process is called incubation. These parents' birds will sit on the eggs to keep them warm, which is helping the small eggs to grow. So after the process of incubation, the small chicks will come out of the eggs and they will be helpless. They need to be protected and they need to be fed. So in this picture, you are seeing the mummy bird is feeding the young ones. And one day, when it's time for the birds to fly, when the young ones to fly, they will lead the whole family and they will fly out of the nest. Different birds build different kinds of nests and the nest needs to be safe from the predators. Predators are not only the other birds as well as the animals that might eat the baby birds. Even in the last picture we saw that the baby birds will be helpless, which will be depending on their mother birds. So birds choose the place where they will keep their nest with great care. And now we will see the first nest. This is an image of a goose nest. So actually all the nest will be hard on the outside, it will be soft on the inside. Do you know why? Because when the small bird that hatches from the nest, the small chicks that hatches from the nest, it will be very soft. It will not have any feathers on them. So it needs to be protected. So all the mother birds, what they will do is they will build their nest inside it with cottons and soft leaves for the young ones to be safe. So now we are seeing the goose nest. So it makes the nest with the straw sticks on the outside and inside it will use the cotton. The water birds like rape and the loon sometimes build their nest on or close to the water. Now we are seeing the nest that is floating on the water. So the nests are floating rafts made of water plants and are fastened to the plants growing in lakes as well as in the small ponds. And now we are seeing a weaver bird's nest. See how beautiful it is. It's actually weaving or knotting the grasses. You may have seen these nests hanging from the trees. They are actually beautiful hanging baskets. And the special thing about the weaver birds is that they will have special rooms in the nest for them to lay their eggs. And now this is a eagle's nest. See, you already have seen eagles, how far and how high it will fly. So these nests will be on the top of the mountain or on the tall trees. They will use their nest by using the sticks and twigs. They will use these things to build their nest. And now we are seeing a small woodpecker is in the hole of the tree. Do you know what is that? That is actually the nest of the woodpeckers. They will make the small holes in the tree trunks to use it as a nest. As well as it will make a hole in search of the food also in the trees. Sparrows uses small sticks and grass to build their nest on trees. So now we are seeing a sparrow's nest and the small eggs of the sparrows. Like the weaver's bird, even the tailor's bird nest will be very different. They will stitch the leaves together to make their nest. They will use the threads or they will make tiny holes in the two leaves and draw threads of fiber through them to stitch the leaves together. So this is how the tailor's bird's nest will look like. See how clever it is. It is using a thread to stitch the two leaves to make them into a nest. So storks are the birds that live near the water. So how they will build their nest is or on the top buildings or near the water. So now we are seeing the white storks build a huge nest on the tops of the house, as well as they will build on the telephone poles or trees or chimneys, wherever it finds a place very high. And now we are seeing a cuckoo bird. So cuckoo is a naughty bird. Do you know why? Because she lays eggs in the nest of the other birds, and the cuckoo young ones are naughtiest. It's because it pushes the other babies on the nest out of the nest. The cuckoo is a naughty bird, but the quail is a clever bird. Like the cuckoo, the quail also doesn't make its own nest. It lays its eggs on the crow's nest. The crows looks after the eggs, and the babies after they hatch, thinking them as its own. Even the male quail will be looking like the crow only, but the female quail will be little different. So like these quail and cuckoo, the owl also will not build a nest. It will depend on, or it will lay eggs on the abandoned nest of other birds. So in this video, you clearly understood why birds lay their eggs and on the nest, how they choose the nest, and the process of incubation and the types of nest they make, and with what all the nest they make and how they make the nest. So I hope you understood this. Thank you.